Welcome to Reflect with Ed Fahazio. Get ready to experience one of the world's first 100% digitally generated podcasts, where we take a step back, dive deep, and strive to learn new things. Join us as we unpack thought-provoking ideas, personal reflections, and inspiring stories to help you stay in the know. Reflect is brought to you by the minds at ByteBrain and powered by emerging technologies from Google, HeyGen, OpenAI, and 11 Labs. Thanks for tuning in. Now, relax and prepare to reflect.
Welcome to Reflect, one of the world's first 100% AI-generated podcasts. Buckle up, because we're about to detonate a seismic shift in how we think about work itself. Forget those dusty notions of clocking in and out. Seriously, we're standing on the edge of a revolution powered by something truly game-changing, Agentic AI, and the rise of the agentic worker.
It's huge, and you just have to look at the scale of what happened during the Great Resignation, right? 97 million American workers. In just 2 years, they essentially said, I'm out.
And they weren't just looking for, a different desk. They were screaming for autonomy, for purpose. It wasn't just a blip. It was a fundamental upheaval, a real line in the sand.
Exactly, and that's precisely what we're diving into today, our mission, to really dissect how agentic AI isn't just tweaking the edges of employment. No, it's fundamentally reshaping productivity, our professional identities, even the very meaning of loyalty in this whole new era. Prepare for some serious aha moments, I think, as we explore this incredible shift and, crucially, what it means for your future. Yeah, that traditional image, a single job title, maybe a lifelong career path at one company. That's fading. It really is. What's emerging is this agentic worker, someone who strategically uses agentic AI, almost like a force multiplier. It enables them to work across multiple projects, maybe even in completely different industries simultaneously. And this directly answers that primal urge for control, for self-direction we saw just explode during the Great Resignation.
Okay, let's get down to brass tacks then.
Huh.
What is agentic AI? Because this isn't your basic AI assistant, the kind that just spits out summaries or drafts an email. We're talking about something different here.
Absolutely. Agentic AI has the power to act. It independently executes entire workflows, from start to finish. It makes decisions and takes actions without constant human handholding.
Okay, act how? Give us an example.
Well, think of a major retailer's entire supply chain. Imagine that managed by an agentic AI. We're not just talking about predicting sales trends, which is already pretty advanced. No, this AI analyzes real-time data, autonomously reorders stock, often using APIs, those interfaces that let software talk to each other, and it dynamically adjusts complex delivery routes on the fly. The potential. We're seeing figures suggesting a jaw-dropping 20% cut in costs just through sheer efficiency and optimization.
Wow, 20%. And this isn't like science fiction anymore.
Not at all. Look at GitHub Copilot right now. It's already been shown to boost coding speed by a staggering 56%. Now, that's maybe a taste of the power, but true agentic systems, they take it light years further. They orchestrate intricate, multi-stage processes with minimal human intervention. And that's where it gets truly mind-blowing.
Okay. And how does this change how people present themselves professionally?
Well, you see platforms like LinkedIn evolving right before our eyes. They're becoming these vibrant hubs for really diverse portfolios. Agentic workers can showcase themselves as, agile consultants, independent freelancers, even entrepreneurs running a whole suite of AI-powered side hustles. This perfectly mirrors that deep-seated desire people have now for varied, stimulating, and self-directed professional lives.
So that old 40-hour work week, let that sink in for a second. It's a concept born in the industrial age, right? And frankly, it's starting to look, ridiculously outdated, especially with the game-changing arrival of agentic AI.
Exactly. Agentic AI fundamentally severs that old link, the one between the sheer number of hours you're physically present somewhere and the actual value you produce. This is the key. This unlocks the flexibility and the meaningful impact that so many people craved during that whole upheaval of the Great Resignation.
Right. I can see that. Imagine, say, an agentic AI just flawlessly automating complex financial reconciliation. Tasks that used to eat up days of human effort, now done in mere hours. And that doesn't just save time, does it? It liberates skilled professionals to focus their energy on higher-level stuff, strategic thinking, innovation, those truly engaging projects.
There was a study, I think 2023, indicating that AI is already saving professionals around 4 hours a week on average. Yet, and this is the interesting part, the National Bureau of Economic Research noted only minimal overall productivity gains. So why the disconnect?
Yeah, that doesn't quite add up. What's going on there?
Well, the likely culprit, and this was highlighted in a piece called From Chatbots to Coworkers, is that many organizations are still just fiddling with basic AI assistants. They haven't yet unleashed the full potential of truly agentic systems. They're essentially using glorified calculators when they could have a damn rocket ship.
A rocket ship they're using as a paperweight. Okay, let's take a critical sector, like healthcare. How could this play out there?
Oh, immensely helpful. An intelligent agent could handle the often crushing burden of patient scheduling, insurance billing, all that admin. This directly tackles the administrative burnout that, remember, contributed to a significant 3% of healthcare workers quitting in just 1 month, November 2021. Think about the impact. You free up dedicated healthcare professionals to focus on what truly matters, providing exceptional patient care.
That makes a huge amount of sense. Less burnout, better care.
And the Great Resignation wasn't just about people leaving jobs. It was deeper. It was a profound reevaluation of what loyalty even means. Workers made it crystal clear. They now prioritize making a real difference, having a tangible impact, over simply racking up years of service at a single company. That old model is broken for many.
And the agentic worker you described earlier, they are kind of the living embodiment of this shift, aren't they? You could have someone using AI to expertly manage marketing campaigns for client A, while simultaneously and completely separately running their own successful freelance consulting business, maybe powered by other AI agents. This is the new normal taking shape.
It is. Now, naturally, traditional employers, maybe still clinging to the old ways of thinking, might instinctively see this kind of multifaceted engagement and think conflict of interests.
Right. That's the immediate reaction you'd expect.
But the more forward-thinking organizations, they're starting to recognize the immense value these diverse contributions can actually bring. There was a 2022 survey that revealed something pretty startling. 68% of those who quit their jobs actually regretted taking on new roles that lacked the very flexibility and autonomy they were seeking in the first place.
Wow, so they jumped from the frying pan into, well, a slightly different frying pan.
Pretty much. And Agentic AI is the engine making this incredible juggling act possible. It's the enabler. By autonomously handling those routine, time-consuming tasks, these intelligent systems free up human professionals. They can focus their precious time and energy on high-value, impactful work across a multitude of exciting endeavors, much like those agile, AI-driven microventures we touched on earlier.
Okay, but this increased autonomy, it sounds powerful, maybe too powerful. Surely there are risks here, big ones.
Oh, absolutely. The power is undeniable. But with great power comes, well, significant responsibility and potential pitfalls that we absolutely must address. This hasn't been emphasized enough, perhaps.
Exactly. Like, what happens when an agent, acting on its own initiative, misinterprets some crucial data and makes a seriously flawed decision? Imagine an AI system drastically overstocking inventory because it misread demand signals. The crucial question then becomes, who is ultimately accountable for that mess? Who picks up the tab?
That's the million-dollar question. And to navigate these challenges effectively, organizations need to implement some absolutely critical safeguards. It's non-negotiable, first and foremost. Transparent decision logs. We need a clear, auditable record of every single action an agent takes, the data it processes, the logic, the reasoning behind its decisions. This is just fundamental for accountability when things inevitably go wrong sometimes.
Right, absolutely essential for building trust and just understanding what the heck happened. Okay, what else is non-negotiable?
Secondly, human-in-the-loop overrides. These are vital, especially in high-stakes situations. There must be a clear mechanism, a process for human intervention. Humans need to be able to review and, if necessary, override autonomous decisions in critical areas. Think high-value financial trades or, life or death medical logistics.
That makes perfect sense. A vital safety net when the stakes are really, really high. And the third piece.
Ethical guardrails. Mechanisms to prevent AI from amplifying existing biases. Like, you wouldn't want a system unfairly favoring certain customer segments based on flawed historical data or a hiring agent discriminating. Or worse, thinking about errors in critical tasks like a hospital bed assignment system accidentally prioritizing less urgent cases, that could severely damage trust. It echoes the very distrust that fueled the Great Resignation against poor workplace governance in the first place. We can't repeat those mistakes with AI.
Got it. Logs, overrides, and guardrails. Seems crucial.
And beyond the safeguards, organizations just have to move beyond adopting basic AI tools, those glorified spell checkers, as someone once called them.
Right, that's not transformation.
No. True transformation requires embracing true agentic AI systems. A smart approach is often piloting these autonomous agents for clearly defined workflows first, maybe automating complex compliance audits or efficiently resolving routine customer support inquiries. But set clear, measurable goals, like achieving, say, a 50% faster resolution time, prove the value incrementally.
And it's not just about the tech itself, is it? It feels like the very fabric of how we organize work needs a radical rethink.
Absolutely. Organizations have to foster a genuine culture of flexibility in work arrangements. We can't forget that staggering statistic. 41% of global workers seriously considered quitting in 2021. Why?
A lack of flexibility.
Exactly. They felt shackled by a lack of flexibility and control over their own work lives. You can't just ignore that.
Right. So empowering workers in this new era, it isn't just about giving them fancy new tools. It's about trusting them, granting them real agency.
And crucially, investing significantly in upskilling the existing workforce. This is huge. Employees need the knowledge and skills to effectively delegate tasks to these AI agents, to oversee their work intelligently, and to leverage the valuable insights they provide. This aligns perfectly with that fundamental desire for more meaningful, more strategic roles that really fueled the Great Resignation. People want to do more interesting work.
So it's about our roles evolving too,
Oh,
shifting from simply executing tasks to becoming, strategic orchestrators.
that's a great way to put it, strategic orchestrators. And finally, that old obsession with simply tracking hours worked. It has to give way. The new focus must be on measuring actual impact and tangible outcomes, things like project completion rates, demonstrable cost savings, significant improvements in efficiency. What did you actually achieve?
Okay, so this agentic frontier, it isn't some far-off sci-fi fantasy. It's unfolding right here, right now. And it feels like a direct, powerful response to those overwhelming demands for autonomy, flexibility, purpose, everything that came boiling up during the Great Resignation.
It really is. Agentic AI has this incredible, almost frightening power to transform the very nature of work, shifting it from, mere labor into a true form of intelligent orchestration. But this profound transformation will only be realized if organizations have the courage, the vision to move beyond the basic AI stuff. They need to build unshakable frameworks of trust and transparency and fundamentally redefine how they measure success in this bold new world. It requires bravery.
Those 97 million people who walked away from their jobs, they sent an undeniable message, didn't they? Work has to change. It has to change now. And agentic AI, it offers a powerful, maybe even essential pathway to making that change a reality. The future of work isn't just coming, it's already here. And it belongs to those who embrace clarity, take decisive action, and prioritize unwavering accountability.
Absolutely. This deep dive really highlights the profound shifts underway, doesn't it? And the critical thinking needed to navigate this new era. The rise of the agentic worker, empowered by AI, demands so much more than just tech adoption. It's a fundamental rethinking of how we work, how we lead, and how we build trust in a world increasingly shaped by these intelligent machines.
Thanks for listening to the Reflect Podcast, where we're telling the future. Are you in it? Visit reflectpodcast.com and share your story.
In the cyber ocean of online voices and recycled content, something different has arrived. Reflect isn't just another podcast, it's the future of storytelling, powered entirely by AI. From curating data to assembling thought-provoking ideas, we've redefined how journeys are told. Reflect is a podcast that thinks, learns, and evolves with each episode. Every tale, every insight, crafted by the most advanced AI technologies. A podcast that disrupts the industry, breaking free from traditional formats, taking you on an entirely new experience. So tune in now and reflect. We're telling the future.